favourite finds from the foreshore. They're all tin glazed earthenware, which is also known as Delft, from Holland, where obviously a lot of pottery was produced. The body is earthenware, and it is fired to a biscuit state, and then it is decorated by hand, a very freehand decoration normally, glazed with a tin glaze. The glaze, when fired, is actually very easily chipped, and this is one of the issues with this pottery. It was very popular from around 1650 right up to 1770, but then it rapidly died out after that time due to competition with more durable earthenware. Here is very unusual. Normally the Delftware was produced on white firing clay, but there is a piece here which has used red firing clay. Now there was one factory in France which did produce Delftware on red clay, so I guess that this would be from that factory and that it's actually a French import, but quite unusual to find. Whether a piece of Delft is actually a Dutch import made in Holland or made in London. There were a lot of Delft factories in London, some of them actually on the Thames and Southwark and other places. But also Dutch painters and potters came over and worked in this country, and also the English potters were imitating Dutch designs, so it's very difficult to tell whether a piece is actually made in Holland or made in England, made in London. Certainly the earlier styles, the blue painted styles, decoration, were imitating Chinese export porcelain, and Delft was a cheaper option than the expensive porcelain which had to be shipped in from China. And you can see a few pieces here. The piece with the flower at the very top of the display is decorated in the Wan Li style of Chinese decoration, and this would be 17th century. Mostly blue decoration, but other colours were used, and also polychrome, where they used lots of colours, very attractive designs. The articles that are very commonly found are pieces of plates and chargers, and pieces of drug or ointment pots. Floor tiles were also made, and you can see several very nice examples of floor tiles among these finds. Floor and wall tiles were also made. They made both in London as well as importing them from the Netherlands. This will date to around 1650 to 1750, that sort of period. There's no trace of the characteristic white tin glaze left on it. Either it's a waster which was discarded before the tin glazing process, or the fragile glaze has just chipped off as it's been rolled around on the foreshore. But the form is very distinctive. The rim is missing, but you can see just the hint of a groove just below where the rim would be, which would be for securing a cloth or paper, a waxed paper closure which would keep your contents safe. So these would be used in the home or in the pharmacy for ointments. This is a bit of a mystery piece, and I would love to know more about it. It's gone to the Museum of London for the Fines Liaison Officer to examine it. It appears to be some sort of design carved in the clay, probably after it was fired. The fabric is very much like post-medieval Spanish oil jars, so it could be that, but it could be a number of other things as well. You know, maybe a Roman amphora, or even part of a medieval tile, that sort of thing. So the jury is out, but it'd be very interesting to see what the final verdict is on this interesting piece.